Welcome to this video. We are going to solve some inequalities. First, we need to know what's the meaning of solving the inequalities. It means we have to find the values of x which verify the inequality. In another word, any inequality is true for certain values and not true for other values. So we want to determine which values make it true. These values, we call it the solution set. We will see now how to find these. The first inequality here, we will solve it. Said 3x, 3 plus x, is less than 5x minus 7. We want to make sure there is arrangement for this inequality by putting the terms include x together and the terms without x together. In other words, also that means we will put 5x and plus x in the same side together by transferring this to the left side, and we will put 3 and minus 7 together in the other side. This will happen by adding negative 5x in both sides first, adding negative 5x here and negative 5x here, negative 5x here and negative 5x here. And the same sign for inequality will stay the same, and the same terms will write it as they were before any operation. So we just added negative 5x in both sides. The result of this, it will make cancellation for 5x here and my negative 5x here. And minus 7 or negative 7 will stay on its place. And here x plus and 5x minus, the result negative 4x, and the number 3 is still there. So this is a new version of the inequality. Now we will look to transfer this number 3 to the other side by adding here negative 3 and here negative 3. This will lead to cancel negative 3 with plus 3 and give us here negative 10. And the sign of inequality is still the same. Here negative 4x. The next step is to get rid of the number which is the coefficient of x, the number negative 4. We can do that by multiplying by inverse of 4 negative, which is negative 1 over 4. In both sides we will put negative 1 over 4. And here negative 4x, and here negative 10. Be careful now, as we multiply by a negative number, the sign of the inequality will be changed into greater than, from less than to greater than, because we multiplied by a negative number, as we discussed in another video. The result of this multiplying, here negative 4 and negative 1 over 4 will cancel, and just x will stay here. So x is greater than, negative by negative give me plus, 10 by 1 give me 10, and 4 here should be 1, 4 by 1 it will give me 4. There's cancellation here, can be done by dividing on 2, so x is greater than 5 over 2. This is the solution for the inequality. If we want to express this in terms of interval, we can see it's open at 5 over 2. That means we use this bracket, 2 plus or positive infinity. This interval is the solution for the inequality here. Okay, let us see the other inequality. Let us first try to get rid of the fraction, which is 5 by 3, that means 15, multiplying here by 15, here by 15. Or I can do that in 2 steps. The first step, get rid of 3 by multiplying by 3 in both sides. This positive number, that's why multiplying will not change the sign of inequality. It will stay the same. So by multiplying by 3 for 2x minus 1 over 3, here 6 over 5. Then we can cancel 3 with the 3. So we will get this form, the new form. Here just 2x minus 1 and here, as you know, here is 1. So 3 times 6, that's 18. And 1 times 5, it's 5. And the same sign of the inequality will stay without change, because we just multiplied by positive number. Then we repeat it again by multiplying by 5. When we multiply by 5, both sides, So 2x minus 1 multiplied by 5 and 18 over 5 multiplied by 5, and the same sign of inequality not changed. So we can cancel here 5 and 5, and we multiply this 5 by 2x and multiply it also by -1. The result here will be 10x minus 5 times 1 means minus 5 is less than or equal this 5 over 1, so it's just 18. Now we can transfer this minus 5 to the other side. It will stay 10x minus 5. We add plus 5 on this side and the plus 5 on the other side. So the same sign still without a change. Here we cancel negative 5 with positive 5, and 10x stay on this side and is less than or equal the total for those 23. Now we can divide by 10 to get rid of this 10 here, and divide here by 10. Dividing on positive number will not change the sign of inequalities. So x is less than 23 over 10. This is the solution for the inequality here. If we want to represent that on the line of real numbers, consider here anywhere you can put 23 over 10 and the circle here is closed because there is sign of less than or equal, so it's closed here, and because it's less than, so we go all the way less than this number, which means this area is the solution. If we want to write it in terms of interval, so it will be negative infinity to 23 over 10 it's open here and closed here because there is sign equal under the sign of less. Also here represented by circle closed. So this is the solution for the second inequalities. Let us see the third inequalities. The third inequalities, it's from the second degree. For the second degree, we consider the equation first. We consider the equation which is equivalent to this inequality. The equation, here the sign should be equal. 2x and x, then this 2 it will be 1 by 2 because it's positive. We will put the two signs here are the same in the middle, and the middle is not negative, so we will put here negative and negative equal to 0. That means the first factor is 2x minus 1 is equal to 0, or the second factor x minus 2 is equal to 0. Here leads to 2x minus 1, so we transfer minus 1 to other side, it will be plus 1, so x is equal 1 over 2. And here just transfer 2 to the other side, it will be plus 2. So there's two values for x make this equation true. We can represent that on the real number. Here you see number x equal to 1/2. Here x is equal to 2. This part from negative infinity to half, the other is from half to 2, the third is from 2 to plus or positive infinity. So these are three parts. We can represent it in the chart here. And writing the first factor 2x minus 1 here, and the second factor x minus 2, and then the result of multiplying it, which leads to the minus 5x plus 2. And we write here the first interval which is x less than half. Second interval, which is x between half and 2. X is between half and 2. Third interval greater than 2. Now we need to determine the signs for each area. By taking any value in this interval, any value for x, and look here, this will be negative or positive. Here let me try with 0. 0 is this interval. So by putting 0 instead of x here, so this will be 0. 0 minus 1, that's mean minus, negative. So here is negative. Also in the other factor, by logging the 0 for the x, so 0 minus 2, it means minus 2, which means also it's negative. Multiplying those together give me negative by negative, give me plus, positive. Give me positive. Again, we do the same thing for the other interval. By taking any value between half and 2, let me take a number between 1/2 and 2, for instance, like 1. 1 is between them. So by taking 1 instead of x here, 2 times 1, that's mean 2. 2 minus 1, it will be plus 1. So here the sign will be plus. Again, the same number between half and 2, which is 1, and make substitution instead of x here. So 1 minus 2, that's mean minus 1. Minus 1, so it's negative. Multiplying plus by minus or positive by negative, it will give me negative. Finally, the third interval, we can take any number is greater than 2 and make substitution instead of x. It's here. Let me take a number like 3, which is greater than 2. Put 3 here. 2 times 3, that means 6. 6 minus 1, it will be 5, which is mean it's positive. Also, by putting a 3 here, 3 minus 2, that's mean plus 1, which means is positive. So positive by positive will give me positive. Now, after this test, we will look for the form when it will be is greater than 0. Greater than 0, that means it's positive. Here it's greater than 0 because it's positive, and here is greater than 0 because it's positive. So we'll take these two intervals are the solution. The first interval then, so the solution for this is the first interval is from negative infinity to half. This the first interval give us positive, and the third interval give us positive also here, which is x is greater than 2. That's mean 2 to plus infinity, which mean open interval. Here open interval and here open interval. The union of the two together is the solution, because these two parts together is the same. So this is the solution for this inequality. I hope this is clear for you, and I will see you next video. Thank you for watching. Bye now.